Hello and welcome to my second essay edit. I do have a first one, but I'm not posting it. But it was about a 50-minute recording. And yeah, so essay edits is literally me suggesting edits to essays that friends and people I know will give me, and they'll ask me to edit, and I will give them suggestions on what they should change. So this is an essay by one of my friends, and it's an English essay due tonight at midnight, I believe. And yeah, so I'm going to be reviewing it today. So for the first part, and there was some logistical issues, I was trying to add a comment, but it was putting my full name, so I had to change my Google name to something that wasn't my full name, but now I'm going to add the comment. My comment right here, and I guess I'll read the paragraph. Every place or group has a set of rules that people believe must be followed. In Long Way Down, the book that we're reading, there are 3 very important rules that the main character Will believes he has to follow. No crying, no snitching, and getting revenge. Will's brother Sean was shot and killed, and Will is out for revenge because those are the rules. More concise. I suck at spelling, hold on. More concise idea could say in accordance to the rules, or is out for revenge as stated by the rules. And this is referring to that. And then no one else can do this except Will, but when Will is on his way to carry out the rules, he was impeded by an unexpected barrier of ghosts and everything he has ever believed and taught about the rules. Okay. But okay. Right here, I would add, this is highlight color. This is going to be a different type. No, I think I'll highlight it maybe like green. Okay, hold on, I need to edit this. So I'm gonna start doing this, I color code it. So, yellow. And then that, yeah, and then I have to have another comment here. And then another comment could be removed because no one else can do this except Will, but when Will was on his way to carry out these rules, he was impeded by an unexpected barrier of ghosts and everything he has ever believed and taught about the rules. The rules from Long Way Down are toxic and have trapped Will and many other characters in a cycle of violence because they believed it was their duty to follow them. Okay. No one else can do this except Will, or with fewer words. Green. And then he was impeded. So just teaching moment here. He was impeded, and then he has. So this is supposed to be had, just to keep up with the tense, because has is present tense, present perfect tense, I think here. And then he was is just past tense. So it should be he had ever believed. You should switch this, because he had ever believed and taught would indicate that Will is doing the teaching. So one thing here, I think I'll just go ahead and do this. He had ever been taught and believed maybe, kind of. But other than that, not bad. So for this first one here, crying is healthy and is actually necessary to release endorphins. The only thing I would say is, well, why do you mention crying? Well, you mentioned crying because that's the first that is the that is the that is the first rule. Why is and then I should probably make this a teal color. Teal, right? Okay, so that's teal. Why is and then so I think the first rule, I should probably edit this before your stance on it, because you're saying crying is healthy and blah 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 blah, and then you say in long way down the first rule is no crying, which is unhealthy and harmful to your health. And then I guess the first rule is no crying. Someone else was doing this too. Actually, my first essay edit, the person was doing this too. The first rule is to not cry. That's more proper English, because the first rule is not crying. That's both I forget the word. A lot. I forget. It's not proper English because we have to it's not formal English, which is what you want when you are writing. You want formal English. So in a long, and also it should not be in a long way down. I'm not going to fix the italics because it doesn't really matter. In long way down, the first rule is not to not cry, which is unhealthy and harmful to your health. Will always said no crying, no crying, no crying. Instead of always, I guess you could say, hold on, I guess I'll highlight it in oh, you are texting me right now and I cannot answer. Okay. Should be, or no, not should be, could instead be Will often told himself gray. Okay. No crying, no crying, no crying. Will believed that if he cried, others would view him as weak. Am I crazy or is that yellow? Okay. I'm so sorry. What is going on? Yeah, or I could change it to that gray, but okay, yeah, it's just yellow. Okay. Okay. Will believe that if he cried, others would view him as weak. This trait is otherwise known as toxic masculinity, which refers to you don't need to have this comma before the quote. That's not always necessary. To traditional cultural masculine norms. I like the way you put that in. This trait is otherwise known as toxic masculinity, but the comma should be here. Self-reliant, and that is supposed to have a hyphen in it. Yep. While also avoiding any appearance of familiar. Romian claims that in some places and cultures, men believe they have to show dominance, violence, being able to rely on themselves. They refuse to show much. Just stable and happier. But I guess I could check mine because I have a lot of, not a lot of criticism, but I have a little bit. Not a lot, only like a small amount. But I just need to make sure that I'm not doing this myself. Right here. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, allowing you to be more mentally stable and happier, sure, I guess this entire thing, I would say, it's not bad, just a couple things. I'm actually so grateful, though, that you could write well. I've edited exactly 2 other essays, and I spent an hour doing each of them because there was a lot wrong with both of them, but more the second one than the first one. They refuse to show emotion, being viewed as unmanly or weak, but this is... Okay, so you have a run-on sentence for your last sentence. You could just go, this, boom. A lot. Better. Because your sentence isn't running on forever. I should have just highlighted the entire thing and been like, this is a run-on sentence, fix it. But whatever, it's fine. Rule number 2 is to not snitch, no matter what. When is... To not, my bad. To not snitch no matter what. When the cops... Questions. When the cops would come... When the cops... Questions. No would answer because... This is a little confusing. Just... When the cops would come to ask questions, no would answer because... I know what you're trying to say. I'm gonna highlight this in pink. And I'm just gonna put question mark pink. When the cops would come to ask questions, no would answer. And I think we are using the... I think this is like the hypothetical or conditional tense. But it's better to just use the... in my opinion, I think it's better to use the past tense. When the cops... Ask questions. Okay. And then I'm going to orange this and orange that. And then I'm going to put could use past tense instead, both orange. Okay. When the cops would come to ask questions, blah blah blah. Everyone knew the rules. Everyone knew the rules and that you didn't see anything, you especially didn't say anything. Because, and then again, with the comma, you don't need it there, it's not completely necessary. But, yeah, blah blah blah. Make everybody deaf and blind, especially when they make somebody gone. Getting stayed away with these endless satisfies because I need... interprets that in... That's our... interprets that in neighborhoods that I think you forgot a word. Are afraid of gangs and blah blah blah. When they don't cooperate with the law, it's not the law enforcement. It's not. They'll call it. Yeah, because you didn't say the law enforcement here, and then you say it here. So oh, okay, I'm misunderstanding this. Okay, so even to percent that you could say some neighborhoods are afraid of that some neighborhoods are afraid of gangs, so they don't cooperate with law enforcement. When they don't cooperate with law enforcement, it increases the risk of violence because no one is able to take care of the problems caused by violence. Okay, yep, pretty good. Revenge is the opposite of peace. Again, you need to... I'll use like an ugly color. I don't know, like that weird shade of blue. You know what? I think I'm gonna use blue twice here, just because I want to. It's gonna be like need to state the rule first before introducing your stance. Dark blue. Opposite of peace. When someone gets revenge, all they are doing is creating a cycle of anger and violence. Will wanted to get revenge. To go blank the boy who supposedly blanked Sean. So this quote right here, and also the thing with long way down again, I'm not going to repeat myself, but you know it's wrong now. When someone gets revenge, all they're doing is creating a cycle of anger and violence. Will wants to get revenge for his brother Sean. This is me being nitpicky, so I could totally be wrong for this. Maybe put it in past tense. Don't need to, but just a thought. Green. Everyone is, not everyone's getting revenge for someone, and all that the rules are. Pink. Confusing. Everyone is getting revenge for someone, and all that the rules are a cycle of revenge that someone blank. For example, the cycle of violence and innocent, mainly desperation, anger, a long way down. You don't have to say the book. In long way down, they are caused by the rules that were created. Okay. What is they? Shut up. Okay. Okay. What is they? Alright. It's fine. The only reason. You don't need to say the only reason. There's plenty of other reasons. But yeah, the reason Will's brother got blank is because to go get justice for his brother, the wolf no crime. It's okay. I'm gonna try my best to help you here because I would probably rewrite the entire paragraph if this was me. But at the same time, I could just fix this, kind of. So just right here, I'm gonna add a comment right here. Need to add the second rule. You need to add the second rule, needs to add the second rule. Oh, the reason. Justice for his brother. Last sentence is not formal writing. And other than that, that is what I would say. I'm trying to make this not too long because you might be busy and I have another essay to get to like right now. But yeah, that's about it. This is the first posted essay edit, and definitely not going to be my best, but I promise that I would try to make it better in the future. But anyways, thank you for watching this if you have. To the person whose essay I just edited, I would have given this about like maybe a 7.5 out of 10. If I were to grade this, I guess you could. There are things around like the essay that could be more clearly worded, but that is admittedly just my taste. And there are probably a couple other things that I am missing, but I'm not like an English teacher. I'm a student, so this is not exactly like the best that I could do, but this is me trying. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Good essay. 7.5 is doesn't mean that essay's bad. It's just it could be better. I feel like anything over 7 it's already good, but there's just some things that could be changed. But anyways, yep. Thank you and goodbye.